What's up, boys? I know it's been a while. I decided to finally put something together for you, and yeah, it's happening right here in my bedroom, my temporary bedroom anyway. And you'll notice the red cat that I showed you guys in the last video has come a long way, looking legit. I spent a few weeks ordering miscellaneous pots and doing my first scale build, and I'm truly impressed with it. I really am. It was a lot of fun so far, and it's still not done. It needs lights and, of course, a couple other little things here and there. But that's not the reason I'm making the video. We finally got some street tires so we can tune on the pavement and not get my rigs dirty as hell in between working out bugs and things like that. You know what I mean? $73 from Rovin. Yeah, I had to do the white lettering, you guys know that. So yeah, we got a little pile of pots here, and one of them happens to be that Rovin, that 45cc Rovin, the infamous. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it a paperweight? Is it a beast? Does it overheat? Why is the exhaust port so big? When's Olamat gonna come out with a pipe? Wait, he's testing one right now. Hopefully it'll be released soon. So yeah, I finally pulled the trigger on it, and yeah, that's going in the Ghost G5, the Vector clone. So hopefully that'll do the trick. One of the things I noticed right off the rip was that the exhaust port that they give you, the gasket that they give you is too small. Go figure. That is just an absolutely massive exhaust port. I have a set of calipers that I use for drawing. They're plastic, but they work. Sorry about all the shaking. So yeah, that thing's just huge, guys. And honestly, I'm pretty impressed with the gaskets. You can see that Rovin did. You can feel the hard gasket, but you can also see the gasket seal that they used as well. I didn't expect to see that. So all in all, I mean, I'm pretty impressed with the looks of it so far. And even though this thing is stamped Walbro, it is an 1191, one we've never seen before. So I don't know, does Walbro do some special Chinese stuff? You know what I mean? Maybe they do some backdoor deals with the Chinese and allowed the Chinese to make the base of the carburetor and then use the Walbro plate, but they agree that they'll have to call it a different number carb. I don't know, but it didn't come with that cheesy 2-spring clutch, that metal clutch, so I'm happy with that. Came with a decent clutch on it. But yeah, so that's we're gonna drill a few holes in this case here just to make sure she's getting at least some air, and we're gonna take it to Shady Oaks and beat the shit out of that damn Vector clone. But I got 1 week to break it in. The next open track day is the 16th, and I want to bring it. So I did order an FS clutch for it because I thought it was going to come with that metal double spring clutch that everybody told me lasts about 20 minutes before the springs break. So I ordered an FS clutch. So yeah, now I have one in my Baja, I have one in the X2, and of course eventually I'll have one in this. So yeah, that's that, man. The 45 is here. And I also ordered the BZM Micro Pipe, which those of you guys that know the SCZ Reed engine is a clone of the BZM Micro. And the BZM Micro shortly after it was introduced, an exhaust pipe was introduced for it, for the Baja and the Losi, the 5T. I didn't realize it, and honestly, I didn't even read it. Like, it was literally in the title, but I still didn't see it until I got the pipe, and I looked at it and was like, wait a second, this is a Victory pipe. Why is it stamped VRC? Apparently, one guy said that, because I made a post about it on Facebook, and one of the guys said that Victory has always made the BZM micro exhaust, but I don't know, man, because older pictures of the BZM exhaust, it was stamped BZM micro right there, like imprinted. There was no Victory label on it, and the coupler was red, and it had the BZM logo in like white paint on it. You know what I mean? Like a white stamp. So yeah, maybe I thought to myself, well, yeah, that makes sense that Victory is remaking, and continuously making the BZM pipe, the BZM style pipe. So this was basically designed for my engine. Even though mine's a clone, it does come with 2 sets of headers. Comes with this bigger one, and then of course this smaller one. It's got a washer stuck on it I have to pull off of it, and this is what it came with for hardware, 2 zip ties, yada yada yada. But even the one that's designed for the BZM, which would be the bigger exhaust port, doesn't look like it's big enough for the SCZ. The SCZ is kind of rounded right here, like it's not an actual, it's not a rectangle. It's got like a rounded portion, but the way this is laid out, it looks like I can actually, I can Dremel enough off of it, or process it enough to where I can make it so that it'll fit perfectly, and it'll have a good, a good flow. There'll be no restriction at all. So yeah, that's why I bought it. Hopefully it gives her what she needs once I get her back together. I haven't pulled it apart yet. I'm still waiting on the gaskets and that manifold that I ordered from China. Although at this point I bought the gasket maker, I may just pull it apart and put it together with the gasket maker and save the gaskets in case the gasket maker don't work. This is a uni air filter. It comes pre-oiled, and it's awesome. It was $15. I've been running that metal can over the K&N style air filter. It was like I don't know, that also was probably $15, but it's heavy and it's a paper style air filter underneath. And so I decided, look at that, it's all reinforced inside. I hope you guys can see this. I know I got bad lighting in here. But yeah, so that's how it came, all pre-oiled. That's for the Baja. What else? Turtle Racing Spring. And this here is my last attempt, because if this don't work, you guys know that there's basically 2 options with the steering on a Baja. You can either do the sim steer, or you can do the traditional wiper arm setup. But from what I understand, the sim steer still has issues with the spring wearing out and giving way very early on. Bonehead RC, who is out of the UK, and I actually have his chassis plate and his a few other parts from him. Expensive stuff, but he makes incredible carbon fiber pieces. He sells a piece called the SimSteer, which is basically his version of the ROK SimSteer, which was the original version for the Baja, and it's, from what I understand, it's the balls, but it's like $300 US, So I have the clone version of the Turtle Racing wiper arm setup, and that spring is just not doing the trick, man. And you guys know I don't have much run time on my Baja. There's no reason why it should be giving way at this point. And I tried to cross it so that this arm would come over this side and this arm would come over this side. But when I did that, the diameter of the spring got too small and wouldn't slide down on the post anymore. So I'm hoping this turtle spring will do the trick and be strong enough to give me some steering back, because I definitely don't have the steering that I should have, like most of us with a Baja. Some Snappy Racing, Snappy RC, Velcro for the outerwears, pull-start outerwears. That's for a friend. He lent me some at the track. This here is that Fat Dad Sticky Icky Grease. And if you're wondering how small the actual container is, I mean, look at that. My thumbnail is almost bigger than the container. It is. But supposedly you don't need a lot of it. It's for CVs and dog bones, that kind of thing. Diffs, I apologize, CVs and diffs. So we're going to give that a whirl in the X2 and the Baja. These I should have ordered a long time ago. I've seen guys running them for the longest time, and let me see if I can, if you guys haven't seen how these work yet, basically you just pinch this, and once you do, it seals. Oh, it seals inside there. I take the engine out of the X2 so often that it's getting annoying having to rip the fuel lines from the carburetor every time. So I finally decided to buy a set of these, and now I want them for every rig because they look like they're gonna come in handy. Let's see, what do we got here? This is for the boot, the spark plug boot replacement. One of the guys at the track, in fact the owner of the track, gave me his when he had one that hadn't been used yet, and mine was really beat up, and we thought it might be the issue on why I wasn't able to get it started. So he gave me his, and so I have to go back to the track and at least replace what he gave me. So yeah, we got a new set of shoes. We got the Red Cat Gen 7 almost finished in khaki, in case you're wondering. That's khaki. We got the 45cc. We got the FS clutch. Just waiting because I'm gonna run it with that clutch on it for now, just to see how it goes. And I know you guys have eyeballed these a few times. Look at these fucking things. This is the Rovin X2 rear 10mm shock. I haven't seen any yet on YouTube. I was hoping to catch a video before I spent the money, but I couldn't find one. Rovin made the Baja platform, and they made these for the X2 or LT platform. They're almost, basically, you guys are familiar with the IRPs and the MODs. These look more like the MODs, in terms of the actual look, but the shaft itself is bigger than what MOD and or IRP has. Let me just show you a quick comparison, and it's all alloy. Look at that thing. Look at that son of a bitch. And you guys can see, if you haven't seen my previous videos, why I'm replacing these. These are King Motor shocks, and apparently they're unreplaceable. They didn't come with a threaded rod, so when I broke the ball end, I was left stranded at the track. And so I probably should have ordered a set of 4 of these, but I really wasn't sure about them. They feel great. They look great. Again, they're all alloy. That shaft is absolutely massive. Look at that thing. And they are bleeder caps. You can see they have a little seal on them behind the actual screw, the bleeder screw. So yeah, man, these are kudos to Rovin, man. They look the balls, they really do. I mean, in comparison to a stock X2 shock, $73 a pair. You're getting a bleeder cap and a 10mm shaft, all alloy, shock perch, everything alloy. You can tell it's just made better. So I'm going to pull them apart and make sure it's, the fluids look good, and maybe top them off or just dump them and put what I want in there, 35 weight or 40 weight, probably 35 weight. The spring is even thicker. It looks like it's made better too. The whole situation just looks like it's made better. So yeah, man, I'm excited. And these came relatively quick from China, AliExpress. Again, 73 bucks. So those are going to replace that situation to get me back out on the track this coming weekend. And yeah, man. So that's about it. I got to get the G5 up on the stand so I can get this put in it and broken in over the next week, basically between now and Friday. And also get those, the X2 is ready. I already got the dynamite kill switch installed. I got everything else that needed to be done to it. So I just got to put these 2 rear shocks in, and she's ready to hit the track. Oh, I apologize, and put those in and throw a little bit of that sticky icky in there. The Baja, well, yeah, you know, that's going to be an ongoing thing, and there's no rush because she's not going anywhere. But this, we're going to see that damn vector clone get sent, and we're going to see how this 45 sends it. So stay tuned, guys.